Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 25 of your NHL 22 franchise mode here with the Edmonton Oilers as we're walking into a massive episode with the team tonight as we're heading into the 2025 offseason with the Oilers, and it's going to be a big one. We're making some massive moves, but before I get into the video, I want to just say make sure to go and check out my link down in the description below and in the comment down below as well, as I wanted to do something really dumb and stupid, so I decided to put a vote on the next jersey that I buy for the Edmonton Oilers. It could be, you know, one of my worst hated players like Tyson Barrie or Duncan Keith or Zach Kassian, or it could be one of my favorites like Draisaitl, Puljujärvi. I'm letting you guys decide what jersey I should buy next, so tell me guys in the comment section below and go and vote on that straw poll as well. So let's stop wasting our time and let's get into today's episode. As we all know, we're walking into a pretty big episode with the team. We are basically had a very disappointing, playoffs once again. We lost in the second round, as you guys all know from the last episode. It was a phenomenal playoff run and something very disappointing for our team, right? We wanted to go deep. We had a hot start against Minnesota and then just didn't play very well against the Ducks, and it's very disappointing. We should have played a lot better, and we have some big expectations coming into this next upcoming season. So before we actually jump right into doing the trades that we want to do and everything like that, we are going to be signing some players, some extensions to players. First of all, we already know we got Draisaitl to an extension, and I mean, he wanted a big payday. We all knew that was going to happen with Leon Draisaitl, that we were going to have to pay him the big bucks. But Conor McDavid, he's up next. He's the next big guy that we got to sign. And the thing is, he doesn't want a lot of money. He's actually going to take a pay cut for us by $500,000 and or by a little bit, because we want him to get them to that 8-year contract. I think that's the best idea for Conor McDavid, just locking him up long term, so we really don't gotta worry about him. And I think that's the way we go with it. So we're gonna spin the wheel on Mr. Conor McDavid to see if you probably heard the wheel a little bit there, but a half no movement, half no trade clause for Conor McDavid. So 4 years, no movement for McDavid. And then, 4 years, no trade clause. So I think he's getting ready. He knows that this team has probably another good 4 years left in them. And then if, not, then he could change that no trade clause and he could have an easy way out of it. As actually, I can show you guys right quick the results for the wheels, so you guys believe me. Hang on here a quick second. So there we go. There's the no trade clause, half no movement. I'm going to start showing that a lot more during the videos because I could easily do that through Streamlabs. So every time we spin the wheel, I'm going to actually start showing that a little bit more for you guys. So also Dylan Holloway, I was thinking about maybe bringing him back. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent. That's the thing that sucks about signing the people that we did too. Oh no, his next contract will be an unrestricted free agent because I think we only signed him for 2 to 3 years. So he's going to be an unrestricted free agent here very, very soon, probably by the age of 24, 25. So I hope that he, lowers it a bit more. It's expensive. It really is. $10 million for Dylan Holloway is a pretty expensive piece to the team. We all know that we still have Mr. Killer Yamamoto on the side as well, just because he is also asking for a big pay raise, $9.5 million, which to me is just bonkers, and I just can't afford. I honestly cannot afford right now. So the big deal we are going to make today is with the New York Rangers. In the last episode, we were talking about potential trade pieces, players that we could go after, and that's going to be Kevin Fiola. Now, I'm going to go into the reasoning why I went with Kevin Fiola and more than anybody else was mostly because of money. Kevin Fiola, we could get him at a really good price. We could also pick up another forward with that deal as well, and I don't mind that. You look at the players that we could potentially pick up to play as a sniper. Taylor Hall wants $9.5 million. Gurionov hasn't even had very much of proven offense but for this year, and he wants $9 million. Atkinson, probably one of the better pickups, is 36 years of age. He might potentially drop. That's the biggest thing with him. Tavares, he's getting up there in age. He might drop. You got Tarasenko, which I did see somebody comment. I think it was Sarah Steven commenting about Tarasenko. And I think with Tarasenko, I was looking at his stats as well. He's a good finisher, without a doubt, but he's not the type of goal scorer we're looking for. And we did have him at the team. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. We did have him on the team way back in 2024 when we did make our playoff run. And he was definitely a big player for us, without a doubt. He really did well in our system, especially playing alongside of Conor McDavid. Just once again, we're going to have to pay him for 2 years at $7 million, which honestly, we're cap pinching right now. We have to deal with a pretty good amount of money right now. We don't got a lot of money. We got to make some really smart moves. And I think picking up Kevin Fiola is a really smart move because we have a defenseman that we need to trade away in Matt Grzelcyk. Matt Grzelcyk jumped up to a top 4, so no matter what, we're going to have to trade Grzelcyk no matter what. And in this situation, we can make a move to get Kevin Fiola. And I think this will benefit us massively. So I want to get Kevin Fiola without a doubt on the team. I was also looking at another player that was kind of enticing me. Was either Barclay Goodrow. The thing is, we would have to retain a bunch on him, and I don't know. I mean, they want to get rid of him, but would he be that massive of a player for us? Would he be somebody that I would use a lot? I mean, he's not very great defensively, so there would be no point. But there's one guy that I was kind of interested in, and that's Sierra Newell. I think that's how you say his name. Very, very physical player. 6'5", 226 pounds. Plays all right defensively. I thought had a pretty good year this year for the Rangers. And, you know, I was thinking maybe picking back up McLeod, doing Miles Wood, McLeod, and Sierra Newell, or even bump him up to that third line because he is a medium top 6. He can potentially grow a little bit, and he's not going to be that, you know, expensive of a player. He's not going to cost us too much. So that's the thing I really like about this. And all we have to trade back is Matt Grzelcyk. We will trade away Milson, who is a medium top 6 power forward. So you're basically swapping one power forward for another power forward. Rohan Milson did really good this year in the U.S., but he's only 59 overall, and we got other players that we're looking forward to with Camden Richer. We got Isaac McMahon. We kind of need a player for the now, and Sierra Newell would be that guy to help us. And plus, we're picking up Kevin Fiola, who is going to be a massive player. I always look at my own self in the stream. I don't know why I don't look at the webcam, man. Come on, bro. So all I was thinking about doing is dumping off 2 fourth round picks alongside of the deal, and then trying to at least retain. I kind of want at least 750. I'm not going to ask for too much at first, but I kind of want at least 750 retained off those 4 years for Kevin Fiola. So Matt Grzelcyk, Milson, 2 fourths for a little bit of retained Kevin Fiola, who I think will be a pretty decent producer for the team, and he's not going to cost us too much. And maybe, just maybe, we could get him up to that 30-point area or 30-goal area, hopefully. I mean, I would love to be able to do that with him. He would maybe even be a potentially really good guy to throw up on the top line. So who knows, right? So Kevin Fiola, so Matt Grzelcyk, Milson, 2 fourths for Kevin Fiola and Sierra Newell. That's what I was kind of thinking. Maybe if we lower it down to 500 grand, that was kind of my first thought of doing, is just doing it at 500 grand, see if we get a little bit of it retained. Okay, so not the 2 fourths, maybe a third and a fourth. Would that work? No. How about, because we have a pretty good amount of picks, so we can just start dumping off some picks here. Yeah, so can we get it? Okay, because I know it's 4 years, so 300 grand, that'd make it 4.9. That's eatable. I could do something like that. Still a no. So how about a third and a second? And we can get back some picks, not this year, but next year late into the draft. Will that go through? No. Take off a fifth. I'm guessing no. They're probably going to want us to trade a lot for Kevin Fiola's retention, especially since he has 4 years remaining on it. That's going to be the biggest, yeah. I just don't think that's going to be possible retaining unless we only do like 100 grand. So I think we're just going to have to eat Kevin Fiola's full cap. But I mean, you're going to get it. We're getting Kevin Fiola cheaper than everyone else we would get in free agency. So honestly, I'm really not complaining about this. And we'll just dump off 2 fourths and see if we can get some picks back for next year. So Grzelcyk, Milson, 2 fourths for Kevin Fiola and Newell. Still a no. Will that go through? Still a no. There's no cap retained on any of them, bro. So I don't know what you're talking about, man. Don't know what you're talking about. Can we get at least a pick for next year or something? Just because I feel like we're trading away a lot here, especially the third. And we're trading you guys a top 6 defenseman. Man, they are really being sticky about Kevin Fiola. My God. Okay. We'll add in the second then. Holy fuck me, man. Will this go through? There's no cap retained. What the hell is going on here? How is this too far, dude? What? Maybe we need to reset it. Maybe. I don't know what's going on. Because I feel like that's good. I mean, maybe I could add a little bit more. Like, is it really matching up to Fiola? Like, do we need to add a bit more? Like, I don't know, man. Okay, so we'll rebuild the trade again. Because I felt like... So you got Grzelcyk. Right? Grzelcyk. He's not a whole lot. And then we added Milson in. And then a second. And a third. For Kevin Fiola, which looks like that'll be good enough, right? Then you add in Newell, which is not too much. And then a fifth. Will that go through? No, okay, so they definitely want more. Okay. Yeah, the Rangers owner's getting definitely pissed off at me. So I guess we were gonna have to trade away one of our first. And then get like next year, can we get like a second and a third back or something? Not a second, but a third. And not a fourth of this year because we have so many fourths, it's crazy, but a fourth of next year. So Grzelcyk, Milson, a first for Fiola, Newell, third and a fourth. Will that go through? Still too far off. Will that go through? There we go. Kevin Fiola is officially an Edmonton Oiler after minutes and minutes and minutes of negotiating to try to get Fiola on the team. We couldn't end up retaining any money on him, but in the end, we get a really good player that could play really well on that second line for the next 4 years, and that's a big thing. We have most of our players now probably locked up. I mean, until, you know, McDavid signs and Holloway, and yeah, Moto. We're mostly having this team kind of locked up. Just the depth is now going to be something that we're going to have to work on. So, we're not done here yet. We still got a lot to do. A lot to do. This is not over yet. We still have to get one or two more players onto the team, and we have to build out that third line still, so we still got a lot to do. So first of all, Shay Theodore, I want to lock him up. Ooh, I think if we sign him to just 5 though, would he sign with the team, especially Montreal and Florida? Oh, one thing I forgot, did I show you guys the awards in the last video? I cannot remember. Let me check. Because I think Leon Draisaitl won all the awards this year, right? Yes. We did check the awards where Leon Draisaitl had a full sweep of all the awards this year. He was just absolutely nutty, Mr. Leon Draisaitl. But yes, defensively. I don't know if I want to offer him 5 years. I wouldn't mind offering him 5 years because that would bring him until he's 34. That's not a bad age for Shay Theodore. I think he would be a really good defenseman. Maybe he wants that and he's willing to take a little bit of a pay cut. We'll max pay it. We can't go up. I think we do this. I think without a doubt we do this. This is definitely a move I think we go for. Let's see what the wheel decides on what Shay Theodore's contract will be. I mean, 4 years without a doubt is going to be probably the best option. Shay Theodore wants a full-blown no movement clause, of course, so we're going to have to pay him the big bucks and slap on a no movement clause, which I don't mind that. So now we have most of our defense core locked up as well. So hopefully, Shay Theodore signs, because I do not want to make another deal again, because that's just not what I want to do. Yeah, Moto, of course, we can't sign right now. He's too much money. But we need to get some depth going for the team as well. And not just expensive depth, cheap depth is what we're kind of hoping to add on to the team. Not too expensive. Palad's someone that's kind of exciting me. Someone that's played for the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's good defensively. I would sign him low-key for a year. 40 points. He's had some really good point production years. And not too bad of a playoff point producer. How well has he been? Ooh, he's been really good defensively. I think low-key, Andre Palat's kind of enticing me. Oh, and we could get him for 2.8? Okay, so Andre Palat and then... Bruh, I think we bring back in Eberle. That's two old players, though. I don't know if... I mean, I think we have to choose one. It's either Jordan Eberle or Palat. And Eberle's been good. We could seriously use kind of a Jordan Eberle type of player for that depth. I know someone was talking about Phil the Thrill. I mean, that would be someone to... I mean, we did have him on the team. I think someone's saying sign him back or something like that. But I think I'd rather go with the Ebs, especially since we wouldn't have to offer him a no movement clause. I'm almost thinking both. Like, who cares? Because we have a really young team. Why not bring in two guys that can bring in some veteran leadership, you know? They're not physical guys, but with the depth that we kind of have with Miles Wood there, then you got Sierra Newell who are picking up. We already do have some physical guys, especially with Lawton. I think Palat and Eberle might be the way to go because we've been for years trying to do it with younger guys, and I think going with the older guys might not be too bad of an idea. Lawton, yeah, he's physical. Miles Wood, yeah, screw it. Let's do it. Palat, Eberle, they've been guys that have went deep into the playoffs. Eberle's been a former Oiler. I'm pretty sure he would be all up in arms to coming back to Edmonton. So let's offer those guys a contract. Let's do it. Let's get them on the team. I would love to build that fourth line for us. So Andre Palat, get on my team, buddy. And they're both going to be pretty cheap players, too, because they're a little older. So hopefully they just don't drop in overall. That's going to be the biggest hope, is that they don't drop on us. Because if they drop, that's going to be very, very unfortunate for us. So Andre Palat, 2.75. And then Jordan Eberle. So we could potentially get back, we could get back Yamamoto on a pretty cheap deal. And 2.7 for Jordan Ebb. So we get them on pretty similar deals between each players. And then, yeah, Newell, Miles Wood, Lawton could play on the PK. We got Nuge. Like, we got players that could play on the PK. So I'm not too worried about finding pieces for that. I think getting some offensive pieces that could be massive for our team. And then, please, Shay Theodore, please sign. McDavid renews. Fuck me, dude. LA probably gave him the 4-year, $8 million deal. I bet you not. I bet you fucking not they did. They still got tons of money, too, you bastards. 7.7 for 4 years. Yeah, he went with the... We would have never been able to match that, because what was he asking? He was definitely not asking that. Fuck me, man. Oh my god. Just our defense luck has just not been going our way. We could build a great offense. It's just once we get to that defense, we struggle to put things together. Like, whenever there's a fucking available great defenseman, we can never pick him up and have to go with, like, the second best option. And it just never ends up working for us. It's really starting to piss me off, honestly. We lost fucking Rasmus Sandin, and we would have been perfectly fine with the defense that we had. But then, you know, I was stupid and traded away Hyman, and, you know, Dmitry Orlov got stuck with a new movement, and we had to make a dumb move. That was a move that definitely screwed us, man. Oh my lord, it's so incredibly hard to find an actual defenseman that would be half decently okay with us. Like, I want, you know, a good 4.5-star defensive player, someone that's going to bring in some good defense, and there's nobody, bro. Oh. I'm thinking here, man. I don't want to trade away any of the big forwards. But we might have to make a big blockbuster move. Oh my god, I keep pressing the wrong button. Jesus Christ. Come on, Peyton, wake up. I'm just so delusional right now. I don't even know what to do. I'm trying to figure out what's the next step here because our plan was definitely getting him on the team. Either that or going with the defensive defenseman and Jacob Larson. He's all right defensively, but he's not going to be that big of an improvement because we've done this type of thing before, going after the second best defenseman, and I'm kind of done with that. So, I think we trade away Yamo. And we do a big blockbuster move. I think we make a massive, massive move. I'm willing to trade away prospects if needed, but I'm willing to trade away Yamo to a team that will take him and can give me a defenseman back if they have way too many, like the top pairing defenseman. So definitely not making a move with Anaheim. Anaheim could totally piss off. Boston, McAvoy, they don't got anybody for defenseman. Calgary, can you give me maybe somebody to look at? Oh yeah, why am I even looking at Calgary? Who am I? Jones, yeah, we already know Chicago doesn't have anything. We know Columbus might have something. What, Zach Werenski? Yeah, Bachquist wouldn't be a bad idea, but once again, right-handed defenseman, offensive defenseman. Mackenzie Weegar. He's good. Yeah, he has some good X factors. That might not be a bad idea. And then Jake Bean there as well. So Mackenzie Weegar. Keep him on our list. Mackenzie Weegar might not be too bad of an option. Nothing there. Detroit. Mort Snyder, Dupriest, and Simon Edvinsson. Do they got a type of right winger? They definitely need offensive depth. They definitely do need offensive depth. Simon Edvinsson. That'd give us a future player right there. Just the problem is they don't got like another defenseman that's really coming up the pipeline, but for those 4 guys that they do have. So they don't got, an extra I could dump him off, for a prospect, Miles Cook, that's coming up, but he's not going to be guaranteed that he's going to be amazing, so I don't want to rip him off. I mean, with Columbus, they got, Sandin, bro. I wish we didn't trade him away. My God. I mean, we could definitely find a replacement, but it would have made this blockbuster move if we didn't get Shay. I mean, we would even went after Shay Theodore. We would have already been making a move, but either way, it would have been a lot easier to make this big blockbuster move. I mean, we're going to probably have to trade away next year's first-round pick in this deal as well, just to make this team playoff ready. Because I feel like we need to go in. That's been the only way I think we could really go about things right now for us to win a cup. Ooh, Niels Lundqvist. We already made a deal with New York, but I mean, I'd be willing to give him another good player. Yeah, they would kind of need a Yamo. A Yamo would kind of fit their team too, right? You got Laffy Panarin, Capo Kakkonen, and then Yamo and Bedard. You got a pretty stacked forward core once you get to there. Now the defense, I mean, you got Grizzly, who we just traded you, and then you got Schneider and Fajarvi coming up the pipeline. So Niels Lundqvist could be a possibility. He's not a super physical guy. Could play either left or right-handed. So might not be too bad of an option. He just played his first year in the NHL. So it's either Niels Lundqvist or that other guy that we were looking at from Columbus there with Weegar. All right, 31 years of age, 4 years left, left-handed defenseman, but he's righty. So we got 2 options there. Ottawa. They do got some defenseman prospects coming up the pipeline, but I don't think they're going to want to trade away Glenn Clue or Eric Brancham. I feel like those are definitely guys they would most likely just keep on their team. So, I could make a move with San Jose, but they don't got anybody in that defensive core anyways. Oh, my Lord. Seattle, what you guys up to? Puskarivov, you got really nobody there either for defensemen. I know St. Louis has been kind of talking about trading away their defensemen, but yeah, they really don't got anybody. Dmitry Samorukov, who I think we traded them a while ago there. I don't remember who we got. Oh, St. Louis. Tarasenko, I think did we trade Samorukov to? I can't remember now. Forsling, who is such a low overall, it's ridiculous. Vegas, I mean, they probably don't got anybody now. Yeah, and in Winnipeg, yes, we got really 2 options. It's either Weegar or the young Niels Lundqvist, which I don't know if I want to make the defensive core older. I think that would be kind of a dumb idea. We've already made a move with the Rangers. I think with Niels Lundqvist, it would be nice for the fact that you would have that future core. But I think going with Mackenzie Weegar gives us options because we do have younger defensemen coming up the pipeline. And we're looking to go far in the playoffs. That's the biggest thing this year. We're looking to go deep into the playoffs, and this type of player would help that. Now, the biggest thing is his defensive awareness is really high up there. He looks like he would be a defenseman that would be absolutely killer for the team. Not even just that, offensively as well. And that's a lot of 5-on-5 production. He hits a little bit. So I think Mackenzie Weegar is definitely somebody we try. And just go after Bjorkstrand. Yeah, he's going to be a second liner. I don't think we need any more, like, depth pieces now, honestly. I'm maybe thinking maybe a replacement for Miles Wood. Sure, Govich. Donskoy. Ooh, Donskoy. He's pretty nice. Because maybe Noel could be like a depth piece for the team. Pick up Donskoy from the team too. I mean, they're conservative buyers, so we don't want to rip them fully off. And Donskoy is going to be a little expensive. I mean, both of the players. So yeah, you guys get Yamamoto. We take back Uyghur. We could give you another defenseman if you want to. And they would like either. I mean, yeah, David Ferentz has been massive for us. I kind of want to keep Gavrikov. David Ferentz we could dump off to you guys. Do you guys want any prospects from our team? They do not want any prospects. Oh, they do want either McMahon or Vekashin. I think we would have to trade away one of these guys. It's either we trade away McMahon. God, this is really tough. Or can we give him a goalie? Yeah, the player's just going to carry more value. See, with Vekashin, we don't really need the offensive defenseman for the future. I think we also add Vekashin into the move. It's going to suck, but we got Miles Cook coming up the pipeline. To make this team a contender right now, we got McDavid for a little bit now. The biggest thing to do with this team is to go all in. And that's what we're doing this year. We are actually fully going all in. I'm going batshit crazy with the trades this year because I want this team, without a doubt, to be a playoff team. Now, I kind of want to do a player swap because now we're losing, a second line guy. Good thing I didn't press trade on the deal or anything like that. But maybe Bjorkstrand might be somebody we do bring in. Is he dropping off the face of the earth, or like, what the hell is going on? He's 30 years of age, 5.4 for 1 year, another sniper. He's dirt cheap. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I say why not? I know we just picked up a sniper in Kevin Fiola, which just defeats the purpose of picking up Bjorkstrand or picking up Fiola here, but that means we have more trade pieces and we got more stuff that we can move around. And Bjorkstrand's cheap as balls. And we just retain him to half, so we have a decent amount of money going into the next year. I still say why not try to pick up Donskoy, and we could do like a player swap and hand them another player here instead of this third round pick. This is definitely going to be a blockbuster move. My God, we are really setting this up to be a massive year for us. We could just do a swap of players. I know we just picked up Sierra Newell. I think we keep him. We give him like a player that's could develop into something like Kunavanov. And we could add the third still, because I think that's... Okay, so yeah. Yamamoto, Ferentz, Vekashin, Kunavanov, and a third for Uyghur. Third and a second. Bjorkstrand and Donskoy. Does not go through. We're going to have to take off the second. Will this go through? There we go. Massive deal. Boom. Cannon's been blowing off. The media is blowing up all over the place. We got a blockbuster move, baby. All right, so... the biggest move that I think we've ever made, I think ever in franchise mode history before that I've ever done. So we trade away Yamamoto, which unfortunately now we don't have a playmaker on the team, but for Conor Mcdavid, I think is the only playmaker that we have now on the team. But that's besides the point. I think the team will still do good, really good with the Nuge and Draisaitl, especially. They'll be the guys who pass the puck. So moving past that, we traded away Yamamoto, which unfortunately is something we needed to do because we just massively improved the defensive core. We actually have an official top four that I could say this is going to be good and this can carry the team for the next little bit. Dmitry Zadorov, you got Mackenzie Weegar now, you got Evan Bouchard, and now Darnell Nurse to stack up upon this defensive core. Bouchard can still even develop into something even more this year as he's getting up, with the high top six. He could still jump up even more. And we have Juuse Saros. This team now, I will make a trade if needed. I will trade away Bjorkstrand because of the cap that he's at. I will trade Bjorkstrand at the deadline if needed. If we need a new playmaker, I will make a deal to go out there and get a playmaker for the team. I will do whatever we need to do to make this team better. So now, goaltending, I don't know what we exactly wanted to do with this. I know someone was saying Shesterkin, and we don't have the money now to do that, so we're definitely not going with that. We definitely want somebody to be... I was kind of taking a look at a DeSmith. DeSmith was kind of a good-looking option to be kind of a little bit of a tandem with Juuse Saros this year, because he's had some pretty good numbers. I know this past year he played in the AHL, but Arizona 924, 903 with playing 52 games. When he looks like he plays, you know, a decent amount of load games, he looks like he could be a really solid goalie. So, DeSmith, we're going to sign you. You're going to be dirt cheap. We don't have to really worry about you. And I forgot that we need to take a look at coaching staff. This video has already been a long one. You guys are in for a fucking trip today, man. You get a little bit of the edible me video where I am a little stoned and trying to manage this team. And I think, you know, we definitely downgraded in the offensive department, especially with you losing Yamamoto. I mean, Yamamoto is going to be a massive loss no matter which way you look at it. But the thing is, we're actually saving in cost, especially with us having to probably deal with signing Holloway to a big deal next year. And then also McDavid. I think it's something that we need to do. It's unfortunately something we have to do. I don't want to do it. I didn't want to trade away Yamamoto. Oh my God, God damn it. I didn't want to trade away Yamamoto. If we got Shay Theodore, none of that would have happened. We would have just signed Yamamoto for dirt cheap. It would have been no problem. It would have been easy. It would have been smooth. But things don't go that way. They don't go as we dream. And we had to do something that we didn't want to do, but is for the better of the team. Put it simply as that. It will be better for the team. We desperately needed goal scoring, and now we certainly added that, at least, eh? We added 2 snipers onto the team this year. So I guess that's the bonus point that you could kind of take a look at, is that we massively improved upon that. So we'll get up to the regular season. We will not be doing any gameplay because we're already pretty deep into the episode here. So we'll sign the scouts that we want to sign, and then we'll head on to the season, see our improvements, see who, you know, jumped up and stuff like that. And that's what we'll do. So let's get on to simulating the rest of the year, because we really don't need to worry about anything now. We are fully set up, and I hope Uyghur really makes a big impact for this team. I really do hope so. This is I'm a man desperately wanting this cup for this team. You know, we're in the last year McDavid's contract. Of course, now we got them fully locked up for long term. We got McDavid and Draisaitl as Oilers for life. So we really don't have to worry about that. Oh yeah, we need to sign a top 6 guy before I forget. There's still one last thing we need to sign. And it's a good thing that we actually cleared up the money. I kind of want to see if he's signed with Columbus yet, and how much he'll cost for them, because we did clear him up some cap. We did a really good move with them, honestly, because we cleared him up some cap with Bjorkstrand there. I think they did sign Yamo. Yeah, they did. $9.5 million for Yamamoto. That is just ridiculous. I know he played really good last year, but 63 points in 79 games is pretty solid. I just don't know. He was a massive guy. We've been losing massive producers left and right, and I hope that the replacements that we did pick up this year will do as good. I hope that the GM master of me has done the things I could to do for this team to make things right and build a good team. So hopefully things go okay. That's the biggest thing we can just pray for is that things go good this year during our playoff run. So now we need a top 6 defenseman. I kind of like Troy Stecher. Defensively, really good. Can move the puck a little bit. I like it. Troy Stecher. 2 years. We'll sign him for 2.4 for 2 years. See if we could outbeat Arizona. See if we could get Troy Stecher on the team. And then we're ready to go defensively, man. We got Garonkov, Stecher, hopefully. He'll be added onto the team here in the next little bit. We have a really, really deep depth squad with just picking up Donskoy, Palat, and Eberle this year. Like, without a doubt, this is probably one of the deeper teams we've been able to build during an offseason. And especially the 2 deals we made. I think that was the most trades I've ever made in one video ever. Like, I think I've only done this really during the Chicago Blackhawks series, where I made some pretty nutty deals. I think that's still one of my favorite series without a doubt. Oh yeah, we still gotta We still got to get Ryan McLeod. New York wants to trade us back Grizzlick. Okay, yeah, no, thank you. You took him. You took him, guys. So we'll see how much Ryan McLeod will cost us. And yeah, we still have a ton of money. I'm not even worried about signing players right now. That's beautiful. That's the way I kind of want to be. You know what? Yeah, we'll sign him for 2 years. Well, how much cap do we got next year? Let me check. Let me take a look here at Dylan Holloway. $21 million. Okay. Honestly, you know what? I don't know if I want to. I mean, that's the thing. I think Holloway is definitely deserving of the money. I just don't want to. I mean, he's already been a point per game player. That's probably why he's asking. Yeah, you know what? Let's wait until this next year, and he'll definitely deserve the contract, whether or not he gets $10 million. We'll have to see what he kind of wants, but we'll sign Ryan McLeod for 2 years. We'll at least get one of our depth players signed for 2 years. So we got to go to there, $2.075 million for Ryan McLeod, and we'll sign him for the next 2. Why not? Why not? And I'm actually really glad we got half retained on Bjorkstrand. I thought that was a really big move for us as well. I think just a lot of the moves that we did do was pretty smart. You know, Bjorkstrand at half retained is going to be massive value for us, especially at the deadline, especially if we can get him to produce. Because I'm imagining what we do is we split McDavid and Draisaitl up this year. We go with Holloway, McDavid, Draisaitl, or Bjorkstrand. And then that second line could be Draisaitl, Fiola, and Nuge. I think we go with that. I think that's the best way we kind of go about things this year. I think that would be our best setup. And because I think we would be able to maximize the team the most by going that way. Especially with not having Yamamoto, that playmaker, playing in that second line, right? So yeah. There's our second, and then our depth. Graham Clark, really. Wow, 82 overall. Okay, playmaker. Okay, what is in our depth? Brendan Marr didn't jump up too highly. Still an 80 overall, so maybe he'll jump up a little bit more. That's the thing we do hope defensively. We'll have to take a look if Miles Cook jumped up at all, but now we actually have a top 4. So before we do get into the lineups and kind of taking a look at the team, I do want to see our development of our squad for our unsigned prospects. So yeah, Miles Cook still he's at a 78 overall now, so he's almost ready to go. Miles Cook is almost ready to go and be a defenseman, and he's only 19 years of age. He's a guaranteed NHLer unless his development just sucks ass and I don't know, just does not produce anymore. We only have one medium elite, but at least we have a bunch of low elites, and hopefully we can continue having some good drafts with these next few years. But let's take a look at your Edmonton Oilers this year, baby. And yeah, they already have the lineup split up as well, kind of what I imagined. But what I'm imagining is doing this. Bjorkstrand up to the top line. Nuge on this line here. Kevin Fiola could play on the right wing. And that's what I'm kind of imagining there. And then Palat there. Ooh, Newell does fit there. But I think we go with that. And Mr. Ryan McLeod there. And instead of Miles Wood, we'll play Mr. Jonas Donskoy. Would he fit better there? Sierra Newell does fit better there. But I think we do go with the Eberle, Lawton, Palat line. And then Donskoy down with McLeod and Sierra Newell. So there is your forward core. And I got to say, this still looks really solid. Especially with Holloway, McDavid, Draisaitl. These are the 3 guaranteed players alongside of Nuge, of course. Keep Nuge forever, baby. These 4 big players. I mean, Bjorkstrand and Kevin Fiola are movable parts. If we need to move one of these guys, I mean, Kevin Fiola, we definitely do want to keep him because of his nice contract. But otherwise, we can. We could definitely make some moves if we need to. So, Mackenzie Weegar cannot play very well alongside of Evan Bouchard. And we got a +5 out of that pair there. Wow. Wowzers. That would be not too bad of a setup, if you ask me. But I think we're going to keep it like that. Nurse, Bouchard, Weegar, Zadorov, and Garakovo, and Stetcher. And then goaltending, you got Saros and DeSmith going into this upcoming season. So this was a long video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did making it, as we did an intense fucking deep dive into this off season, man. We really did. We made some big moves. Bjorkstrand, Fiola, Uyghur, Palat, Eberle, Donskoy. Half of this team is brand new. I'm excited to see what this team will do coming into this upcoming season. Like, I am super pumped. I think this team has high expectations. We put together a really good team and especially upgraded ourselves defensively. So I'm excited to see what this team could do coming into this upcoming season. And I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. But for right now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Adios, amigos.